I'm Christopher Zweig, and today on CJ at the Movies, I dished on some new films, including the new Ghostbusters spiritual sequel and two documentaries on Showtime. One of them is about Charlie Chaplin, the other is about teenagers. Let's take a look. Our first movie is Ghostbusters Afterlife, which takes place in the same universe as the original Ghostbusters from 1984, and while it doesn't compare with that, it still has a good sense of nostalgia for a spiritual sequel than either Vacation or Home Sweet Home Alone. The story introduces us to the granddaughter of the recently departed Dr. Egan Spangler. Her name is Phoebe, she's played by Mckenna Grace, and she meets some new friends, including a podcaster played by Logan Kim and their teacher, Paul Rudd. They all discover that her grandfather was a Ghostbuster, trying to protect the world from the evil spirit Gozer, who breaks loose to raise some hell.
What is happening here?
Somehow, a town with no fault lines is shaking on a daily basis.
Maybe it's the apocalypse.
I've grown tired of the cynicism and cliches of Ghostbusters Afterlife, and I was cynical about it myself, considering the reboot, remake, spiritual sequel world we now live in, and I wish it was less darker and more comical as the original intended, but on the bright side, it does keep the faithfulness alive and offers a good sense of fun and energy directed by Jason Reitman, trying to follow in his father Ivan's footsteps. Grace is maturing quite well, and when the remaining Ghostbusters pop by, you're more happy to see them than you were with Chevy Chase and Beverly D'Angelo in the 2015 Vacation, so a marginal recommendation of Ghostbusters Afterlife for me. Our next movie is The Real Charlie Chaplin, a made-for-Showtime doc about the life and times of one of the greatest silent movie actors, Charlie Chaplin. Even if the last half hour lags, I still enjoyed this doc for exploring how the man went from the highs and lows of his life, how he knew his appearances, and how he transcended from silent films to the talking pictures. While using dramatized scenes with real unused audio, it also deals with Chaplin impersonators, and even he himself has been inspired by other tramp outfits.
He was always acting. He didn't want people to know the real Charlie.
Those people who are tremendously successful at a young age, it usually destroys them. You know, that only makes them.
To see the real Charlie Chaplin is to know his material, the ones that made him famous, and to know how time has made those icons legendary. You have to know your past to know your future. I know that's said a lot, but it's true. There's a certain combo of joy, anger, and sadness that really absorbs us into the true story. It's a contemporary take on how Chaplin led his life, and it's rather an interesting one, so check it out! And our last movie is Cusp, another made-for-Showtime doc, this one focusing on three teenagers who are filled with adolescence during a late summer in Texas. They deal with boyfriend troubles, bad parents, drinking, partying, and just about everything a teenager needs in order to learn to mature themselves. But even these girls have minds of their own, and they use their words wisely.
You can't hang out with older people and then expect them not to do anything.
I just about never get drunk when I'm going out to a party because I'm scared something's gonna happen, like someone's gonna do something.
You can always tell somebody no, but they're still gonna do it.
Girls are scared to say no.
Why?
Guys are powerful.
Cusp doesn't grab everything about the three teenagers, but it does capture their adolescence in the early 2020s. You know how it is with their choice of music, partying, relationships, and families. Directors Isabel Bethencourt and Parker Hill both make this doc with the right kind of atmosphere and ambience to reflect on the girls' personalities and ambitions. I don't understand half the stuff kids and teens are into these days, but seeing movies about them proves they can be exhilarating, so check it out. Now let's recap the movies I reviewed today. Thumbs up for Ghostbusters Afterlife. Sure, it's not better than the original, but it's still nostalgic. Thumbs up for The Real Charlie Chaplin. And thumbs up for Cusp, which is about teenagers during the end of the summer who deal with their adolescence as well as growing up. I'm Christopher Zweig. Stay safe, and I'll see you at the movies. For more amazing content, please like and subscribe to my channels. You can also read my reviews at cjatthemovies.com and listen to my podcast reviews at newhdradio.com.